evening and welcome to Yorkshire and East Midlands Rivals, a brand new show. We're doing it on a Sunday right now to have a chat about certainly the Yorkshire region and obviously the East Midlands. A few topics tonight are going to be Forest bang in trouble yet again, after they win 5-1 or whatever it was the other day. But then the worst thing possible could happen to Nottingham Forest. Their rivals, speaking of rivals, West Ham win, Spurs win, which puts them bang back in trouble. Also, tonight, we're going to talk about Leeds bottling it yet again at Wembley. They have went to Wembley, they have lost. Are Leeds just one of those teams, a fallen giant, that can do absolutely nothing? First point we're going to come on to, though, as well, is Chris Wilder. Is he a joke of a manager? Has he reached his ceiling? Has he absolutely failed the tin pot team that is Sheffield United this season by not getting them up there? Because I'll tell you what, for my money, Chris Wilder and a few other people, and I know some Sheffield United fans as well, want Chris Wilder sacked. We'll also talk regards everything else in Yorkshire and the East Midlands. So please, this is a live phone-in show. The link is right here if you want to join us. That'll be absolutely fantastic. You can come and have your say. So I'm joined by my good friend Dan Oliver, or as he's known as Ray Chuffed. Danny, before we go any further, I wanted you, if you can, to talk about the Rotherham United game of the century for me, please, pal.
Yeah, evening, mate. Hope you've had a good week. Hope the listeners have had a cracking week. It's been a lovely week of sun, a lovely weekend as well. I've been working, unfortunately, and I've not been able to catch much football again. Anybody want to come on and fill us in on what they've been thinking? But yes, the game of the century is this Sunday. Kickoff is at 3:00. You can still get your tickets. Brilliant cause. What I'm wearing now, that's one of them. Rotherham Hospice. Very, very close to a lot of people in Rotherham. Provide a brilliant service for a lot of people, terminally ill people, and of course, comforting their families. But yeah, it promises to be. I hope it's going to be good weather, but it's bank holiday weekend. You know, most people have got Monday off, and I know I have, but I am working Sunday night, unfortunately. But what better way to start than going to watch Rotherham v Rotherham? You can't lose.
So I understand I might have a few sound difficulties. Danny, can you hear me okay?
You are sounding a bit muffled, mate. When we did a first test, it were all right, but I didn't know if it was just me.
And try again. Do I sound any better?
No.
And try again. Do I sound any better? No. And again, any better?
No, mate. No.
And again, any better? And again?
I mean, you're a bit echoey and a bit ruffled. I mean, if people can put up with it, I can put up with it. Hang on, that must be better. I don't know, it's got this like distorted sound coming through. Keep trying.
We'll get there.
That sounds all right.
Any better?
I don't know if you're too close to it.
That sounds all right. Any better?
I don't know if you're too close to it.
Any better this time, Danny boy?
Yeah, it's a little distorted, but it's acceptable, mate. I think that's all right.
Yeah, it's a little distorted, but it's acceptable, Right, we'll go with this one. Surely that sounds better.
Well, you just leant in and sure you're closer, and then it was just completely muffled and it started.
Right, okay, any better now?
Oh, mate. It's like one big joke, this. Oh, mate. Keep trying.
Right, so surely that sounds a wee bit better, I think.
Yeah, mate. That's a lot better.
So that is indeed a lot better.
Yeah. Mate, that's a lot better.
So that is indeed a lot better. Yeah. Right. Anyway, so for anybody who was listening to the complete disaster with my microphone just there, yes, this is the Yorkshire and East Midlands Rivals show. Please feel free to come on, have a chat with us. Like I said at the top of the show, we're talking about Forest, who are in massive danger of relegation after wins for West Ham and Spurs. Obviously, we're also going to be talking about those people in the United side of Sheffield. Do you want Chris Wilder still? Because, I don't know, he's not done a great job this season. They are languishing, sort of mid-table rubbish. Is it time to replace Chris Wilder? Leeds lost to a pathetic Chelsea, 1-0. What's next for Leeds? Should Daniel Farke be sacked after, a pretty sort of rubbish season for them? Yes, it's looking like they might stay up. Are they the best of a bad bunch? Because obviously they've got like some awful teams below them. Forest, West Ham, and Spurs. Are Leeds doomed yet? Or are they safe? Who knows? And obviously, any Rotherham United fans want to come on and talk about the 1-1 draw against Reading, please get yourselves on. And to echo being the key word, Danny's sentiments regarding the game of the century for Rotherham United, which is taking place next Sunday. We at KB Terrace Talk have indeed sponsored a player, Chris Swales, a no-nonsense centre-back who certainly gets in my team of all time. So, for Rotherham, that is. So a no-nonsense sort of centre-back played it how it is, says it how it is, a lot like this channel. So, Danny, thoughts on Chris Swales?
Yeah, great lad to sponsor. I think you said everything. The reason why KB Terrace Talk is sponsoring him, no nonsense defender. He reflects everything like the modern day Richard Wood. We could definitely do with somebody like him now. And yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago for me, but I were at games when he were there, enjoyed his football. And what a guy. I think after all his playing career, he did play the most of his games for Rotherham. And that's why he's a club legend.
Well, it was fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
A couple of comments here. One from Tom Brown. Forest in trouble. Agrees with me then. Evening up the Millers from Lewis or Louis. And obviously, Bushit has told me that my microphone was crap. Certainly, the sound settings. I can only assume my little girl has had a little play with it. John Sullivan, big member of the show. Tune are rubbish. I completely agree. I think you've got bad owners who I'm not a big fan of personally. But you know what? Listen, Eddie Howe, I believe this will be his last season with Newcastle United. But yeah. So, right, first thing I'm going to discuss is Leeds United have lost 1-0 to Chelsea at Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final, which I will say I do not believe FA Cup semi-finals should be held at Wembley. I think it's utterly ridiculous. But Danny, did you manage to take in any of the game at all?
Yeah, I've just caught some highlights today when I finished work. For what highlights there were, and I think it was just Chelsea's goal that keeps getting repeated on a certain sports channel. Nicely taken goal. Leeds fans obviously seemed quite quiet after that. I did see this morning on the way to work about just gone 5:30. There is, I know there's a lot of Leeds fans in the South Yorkshire region supporting the West Yorkshire club because naturally, before I was born, Leeds were the big club at the time, winning the top division, the last top division before it became the Premier League. My dad, when he was growing up, he supported Leeds. I think everybody supported Leeds. And so I saw them all outside the local pub down Waff, the Cross Keys. It's good to see, actually. You do see them on match day, getting out early, waiting for the coach, and that's what they were doing this morning, going to Wembley. I hope they've had a good day out. They've ran as far as they can. And like you alluded to, a couple of games left, 4 games, I believe. They are 6 points clear of the relegation zone. Are they safe? Can they keep chipping away? Is it what they wanted? Keeping the Premier League? Is Farke the man for the job? I'm just reiterating all your questions. I don't know the answers.
I mean, personally, if I was a Leeds United supporter, I'd be, first and foremost, very disappointed that Chelsea pulled the trigger on Liam Rosenior. But obviously, Chelsea did that for a reason. They want to save their season. They want to win the FA Cup. I watched a bit of the game. I thought Sanchez made a fantastic save with sort of a half volley outside of the box. My mate Sai, who was in Tenerife at the time, video called me saying that Calvert-Lewin had missed a sitter. I'm not too sure. I was dealing with something else at that point. But once again, Leeds United, I mean, yeah, you're going to be safe in the Premier League, which obviously a lot of clubs that come up from the Championship famously all get relegated straight away. I mean, look at Burnley have gone. Obviously, Wolves have gone. Who came up with Leeds? Who was it? Oh, I can't remember. It was Leeds, Sunderland, and I can't remember who else at this moment in time. But listen, Leeds, you've stayed in the league. What I would say now, Leeds, you probably need to sack your manager, because this will be the first time I believe Farke has kept a team up in the Premier League. Is his methods good? That Okafor, he'll be gone next season. He'll be gone. What I did notice then, I did see, Danny, a young Harry Gray was at Wembley today.
Yes, he was.
Leeds.
Donning a Leeds shirt.
Donning a Leeds shirt. Traitor.
Traitor.
Obviously, you know, his family are Leeds through and through. I've got to admit, I was supporting Leeds today. You know me, Danny boy. We've all got mates who are Leeds fans, and I was hoping that they would sort of do the business. I believe it was about £600 a ticket today. Any Leeds fans care to comment on that for a semi-final in the FA Cup? £600 to go and watch Leeds and Chelsea, which I think is absolutely terrible. Just want to read this one out here. And Danny obviously said this before. Have you not got your tickets yet? Rugby United Game of the Century, QR on the screen will take you direct to the ticket line, or click the link. Let's fill the New York Stadium for the Legends game. Yep, and as Danny said before, listen, it's next Sunday. We've sponsored the player. As many Rugby United people down there as we can, even if you're not a Rugby United supporter, go down, you can see, some players absolutely giving their absolute all this evening. Oh, next Sunday, should I say.
Quick question then, before we move on from Leeds. Calvert-Lewin, supposedly going at World Cup.
I hope not.
Who else would you take?
To the World Cup? Well, we've got Harry Kane, and then I want the other strikers to be... How many strikers do you think we'll take, Danny? Let's say number 9s. How many would you take if you were Thomas Tuchel?
The pool is quite poor, apart from Harry Kane, isn't it?
You say that, but we've got Ollie Watkins.
Yeah. He's in a different team, though, and the Villa team works well for him. It's in that England setup. It's just not clicking, is it? So,
Danny, are you telling me that you want Danny Welbeck called up?
It's a possibility, mate, and I'm not just saying it as a joke this time.
I think Danny Welbeck needs to come. I personally believe that Danny Welbeck is the highest scoring English striker currently in the Premier League, and therefore certainly deserves a place on that plane to the United States, Canada, and indeed Mexico. So whether or not the World Cup happens, because God knows what's going on, is there going to be enough jet fuel to even fly people across there? Is the question.
Well, what's happened today in the news, if nobody's caught up, the usual thing in America, when a gun pops everybody down, is that going to be part of the rules? Like, because of the hot weather, more water breaks, or is it going to be the case of when you hear a gun go, everybody down, we'll have a quick break? Is that going to be another one?
I tell you what, I mean, I seen that overnight. Obviously, they had some shootings. I don't think anybody was injured in America. Once again, it's a bit of a batshit place, isn't it? Right now, the old US of A. John Sullivan has put here only allowed to take 4 strikers.
That's what I thought.
2 on reserves back home, and he's going with Kane, Watkins, Delap, Tammy, Abraham. I think England will take. That does not fill me with confidence, John. I'm not going to lie. If Harry Kane we have to rely on, because let's face it, is in my opinion the world's most informed best striker as things stand. Ollie Watkins, Delap, Tammy Abraham. What is Tammy Abraham even doing? Where is Tammy Abraham? Who does he play for? Is it Roma still? Or where is he? He was well taken Joshua Coyote from Rotherham. So yeah, and then John's also put here Welbeck reserves. John, hang on, where are we? Right, okay. Apparently, Tammy Abraham's at Villa. What? Right, fair enough. And how's that going for him? Rubbish. I would say, for me, Welbeck, he scored the goals. Skills pay the bills, all that kind of stuff. So, you know what? Look, we are going to be covering lots of World Cup content going forward. And as soon as this dreadful season is finished, we'll have a chat about the World Cup. I've got egg on my face here. John said, scored the other weekend for Villa. Lol. Didn't see that, John. Thanks, man.
I mean, he could Rashford as well. You could
man, I think he'll be classed as a forward, wouldn't he, or a winger? See, he scored for Barcelona the other night.
If you were going to take him, and if you were being savvy with it, and if you can only take 4 strikers, fair enough, and you had other places, class him as something else. Class him as your goalkeeper.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, Marcus Rashford, the goalkeeper, or the children feeder, as it were. John's put here, Rashford won't count as a forward. Cheers, John. John's Welsh as well. John is indeed Welsh. How are they going to get on the World Cup, John? Oh, that's right. They've not qualified. He's a winger, same as Gordon. And then I knew this was coming. This is why I kept it going for so long. He's put it out here, and he's going to say it again. Bushy, only one man to go with Kane, and it is indeed Mason Greenwood. Now, me and Louis have had this argument on an international show that we did a few weeks ago. I personally, I want to get your thoughts on this, Danny. I personally don't think Mason Greenwood will ever play, first and foremost, in the top flight of England again, let alone play for his country. Danny, what are your thoughts?
I don't know, mate. He's never been charged. Well, officially done. Time does heal everything in these regards. It's up to him, mate. He's not going to this World Cup, but who knows? In 4 years' time, mate, we'll see what happens. Got to keep his nose clean.
Well, like you say, Danny, he's never actually been officially charged of anything. But I mean, I don't know if you heard the voice notes or saw the images of what I might add, his partner, who is still his partner, who he's went on to have a child with, released. I don't think that will ever leave him. Unfortunately,
it didn't paint him in a good light, but it depends on how he performs now, doesn't it? On and off the pitch. So
yeah. Okay.
The British public. I know this might go against me for saying this, but it works both ways, and a lot of them are fickle.
Very true. I mean, look, we'll leave that one at that one because I know what Lee's thoughts are on that. John's put here, saving jet fuel, us Welsh. Spurs manager wants Greenwood if they stay up. Big if. No, I do think Spurs do stay up. However, I don't think the hierarchy at Spurs, or indeed the fans, or certainly I think the majority of the fans would have Greenwood back. Not back, but I mean back in playing top flight English football. Danny's here. Hope England don't bump into a Johnny Martha at the World Cup, or it could be curtains for our fullbacks. Danny's obviously on the piss. Curtain.
Well, Matt Marta plays well for his country.
What, Curacao? I don't even know where that is. I thought it was a made-up country. Do you know where I couldn't point to where Curacao is on the map?
No.
And they're in the World Cup. Please. John Sullivan, perhaps Solanke over Tammy, to be honest. Yeah, I forgot about Dominic Solanke. Could be a championship player. Could be it is what it is. And then I've got one last one on Greenwood here. Just give me a second.
I mean, there's Ivan Toney as well, but we don't need to talk about him.
Well, no, I mean, Ivan Toney, as soon as you go to, unless you're Jordan Henderson, as soon as you go to Saudi, you get forgotten about, don't you? So, and Bushy's put here about Mason Greenwood. He will end up back at United, trust me. Bushy, I'll respectfully disagree. I think your club currently is, certainly has been for the last couple of years, an absolute PR disaster. And I certainly don't think they're going to then come out with saying, welcome back, Mason Greenwood. I just can't see it, Lee. As much as you want it to happen, I just can't see it. Danny here again. Give Welbeck a run. Why not? Yeah, I agree with you, Danny. Why not? Welbeck, he's the highest scoring English striker currently in the Premier League. Obviously, Harry Kane has scored about, 54 goals this season across all competitions. And the disaster would be, and touch wood, if Kane was to pick up a knock between now and the World Cup. Although I did see prior to a few days ago, I did see that Lamine Yamal has picked up a hamstring injury. So, and obviously he's Spain's top boy, and the next Messi, if you will. But like I say, and then we go here. Bushy again, 36 goals, best natural finisher ever. I disagree with that again, Bushy. We're disagreeing a lot tonight. I think that Harry Kane is the best natural finisher we have for England. So, listen. Look, I can't. Like I said to you in the past, I cannot disagree with you that his footballing ability is top class. However, the things that sadly for him he got involved with off the pitch and whatever, some might say that his partner potentially one or the other stitched him up. We don't know. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Well, we certainly heard a portion of what goes on behind closed doors. Like I say, no criminal charges were made. It is what it is. And like you say, if in an ideal world, if we were playing against the aliens, like Space Jam, to save the world, would I want him up front for England? Yeah, I probably would. However, we're not playing against aliens. We're playing in the World Cup.
Well, we're playing in America, so yeah, we will be playing against some aliens.
Which, by the way, I believe shortly they're going to release all the alien files. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a friend, and I'll not say anymore, who says the same thing. So they must be sharing the same information.
Yeah. I mean, we're going off topic there, and
bring it back.
Door open, but obviously it's and obviously he's put here as well, Bushy. 36 goals for Marseille, which is not a bad return. But Bushy, if you were on here now and somebody argued about a striker in France, you'd say that was a complete farmers' league, right? Which, it 100% is, but you still got to put the ball in the back of the net.
Funnily enough, I believe he's playing right now.
Is he?
Yeah, Marseille are playing right now. I don't know who they're playing, but I think they're playing right now. So I think he's playing. So,
well, you know what? He could add to his 36 goals then.
Yeah, so if you want to check him out, because we're talking about him, find that game. It's happening right now.
And fine. Right, okay, so we're going to move away from certainly Leeds, Mason Greenwood, England. I'm going to talk about another topic here now. We're going to move on to Sheffield United. Now, Sheffield United, obviously, us both are Rotherham United supporters. We've always had this sort of friendly kind of attitude towards each other. You know, they nicked our Greasy Chip Butty song, complete fact. They completely nicked that, and they now loan that as one of the greatest football chants there is. And I completely agree that it is one of the greatest football chants that there is. And I've had many an argument, certainly in my time in the Navy, regarding the Greasy Chip Butty, but it was indeed written in the mail coach by a gentleman called Rack in Rotherham, and for some bizarre reason, it got adopted by Sheffield United, and they now say, "Oh, you fill up my senses." Didn't write the song, did you? Did not write the song. When Saturday Comes, awful film. Although I will say Sean Bean is a great actor, dies in most things, and I think Danny will agree with me. Sean Bean in GoldenEye is probably the number one best bad guy. Danny, thoughts on Sean Bean?
Yes. Local lads, Sheffield lads, in a lot of amazing telly. I mean, Game of Thrones dragged itself out, but if you watch some of that season 1 with him in it, because obviously, spoiler alert, he gets killed at the end.
He dies.
Yeah, but until he dies, it's an absolutely amazing bit of telly, thanks to him. Yeah, 006, Alec Trevelyan in GoldenEye, masterclass.
For England, James.
No, for me.
Yes, that's the one. Anyway, that's Sean Bean, who actually went to Rotherham College of Arts and Technology. He went to RCAT, actually, because my mum and dad were there at the same time. Apparently, my mum could have got off with Sean Bean, but she chose my dad instead. So I'm just joking. I have no idea if that happened. But they were at the college.
I've got a similar story. Now you brought that up. When I was a child, and my mum and dad took me swimming to Ponds Forge. I can't remember how old I were. I might have been about 8, 9, because I do remember my sisters were there with me, my younger sisters, and my mum was watching from the side while my dad was in the pool with us. And I remember him approaching. I didn't know who he were at the time. This fella came and sat down with her, and he were having like a coffee with her, and he were talking to her while we were just playing in pool. Afterwards, my dad were like, "Oh, what did that gentleman want?" And my mum said, "Oh, he were just being polite. He were asking how I were, what I were up to." But then he were like kind of trying to advance it a bit and say, "What you doing later?" Thinking she was single. And she said, "Oh no, I'm here with my family. They're in the pool." And he went, "Oh no worries, have a nice day. See you later." She said, "I didn't know who we were," but my dad knew who we were. I don't think I've ever told you this story. It was Chris Waddle.
Chris Waddle.
Chris Waddle hit on my mum. Honestly, mate.
Really?
Yeah, it could have been my stepdad. That would have been a real disaster.
And you've been a Chef Wednesday fan. Oh, that's a shame.
Well, that's another story, and probably one that I should save for another day. But I got taken to Sheffield Wednesday games before I went to any Rotherham games.
Yeah,
because it was that rubbish, I just left.
Your mum was eyeing up Chris Waddle.
Say again?
Your mum was eyeing up Chris Waddle.
Yes. Yeah. like that Fast Show sketch.
Chris Waddle. Right. John's put here. So, Yorkshire praise and Grumble. Let's talk about shitty Sheffield United and Wilder. Should he be sacked? Yeah, so we'll get into that, John. Chris Wilder, obviously sacked after the playoff final. Loss to Sunderland. Obviously, Sunderland have gone hand to have a really good, solid Premier League season. Obviously, they sacked Wilder, and then things went really crap. I think they lost 6 on the bounce, didn't they? And it was the 2 Sheffield sides languishing at the bottom of the Championship. Obviously, one Sheffield side, Sheffield Wednesday, went on to get relegated. I think they currently sit on -3 points, which, let's not forget, is the worst in Championship history, breaking, I think, Rotherham United's record of plus points, shall we say. Wilder comes back in, kind of steadies the ship, but he didn't pull up any trees. I think for me, listen, I think, and I know our CEO, as it were, Bushy, has put a video out there today stating that Chris Wilder should be relieved of his duties at the end of this season, if not before the end of the season. And I've thought about it, and I've thought 2 ways. I'm thinking Wilder, yes, ex-Rotherham United player. Would I take him at Rotherham? 100%. But did he hit a false ceiling in the Premier League, and then since relegated from the Premier League, he's done absolutely bugger all, and he bottled the playoff final last season against Sunderland, who I think they finished about 20-odd points ahead of, to get to the Premier League. I think Sheffield United fans, I think you probably need to see the back end of Chris Wilder because he's just not very good. Danny, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, short memory, mate. Look what he's done this season. He got the chop. Then they were in dire straits. How long would he gone for? Something like 3 months. They brought him back, and you could argue he's saved them this season. He has saved them this season.
Saved them from what, Danny? Saved them from what?
Well, from the way they were going, they were down there at the bottom, mate. He saved them from a disastrous season. You've got to give him that. You know, you can't just get rid of a manager after he's done that. You've got to let him. I mean, it's the 3rd time he's in charge. Most of the fan base love him. He loves Sheffield United. He wants to prove himself. I don't think he could have done any better this season. I know I'm playing devil's advocate here with you, but you've got to give him a chance next year, for me. So,
no, I mean,
I've not watched Bushy's video yet, but
listen. Listen. Obviously, the squad that they've got to be kicking around, sort of the mid-bottom half of the Championship table for a club their size and the resources they've got. Surely they must be thinking, right? See you later, Chris. New direction. We probably shouldn't have sacked you the second that we lost the playoff final. However, we did. But I'm sorry, mate. It's not been good enough, has it? You know what I mean? It's it's not great. Couple of comments. Not to come from United. I think that's regarding Mason Greenwood. And then I've got here Wilder likes to talk the talk, literally has one of the best squads in the Championship. Now he's going on about a clear out. Not sure the owners will be on the same page as him. So is he potentially wanting to get the sack again to get more compensation? Bushy, I've upset the whole Man City fan base and Sheffield United on TikTok in one day. So yeah, Bushy has been on a mission.
Oh yeah, I did watch Bushy's video about Man City, and I do agree with him on that. Missing 10,000 fans, but is it one of them? I think they've done it before, haven't they? Where they think, well, we know we're going to get through to the final. We'll just wait till then. I mean, they are a northern club, and you can't expect everybody to be shelling out that kind of money all the time. Like you said, it's a good point. Why are semi-finals being played at Wembley?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Personally, it is absolutely ridiculous. I will disagree with Butcher to some extent, though, because you got to remember, and it pains me to say this because I think Man City is an awful club, run by awful people. They do get to Wembley a lot, so their fans are going to pick and choose their Wembley appearances. I totally get that. Yes, granted, if it was Manchester United, or I'm not sure, did Leeds? I'm sure Leeds must have sold out their allocation today. In fact, I'm about certain they will have done. It's slightly different. You've got to remember, Man City are sort of still relatively new on the scene regarding winning, as it were. So I get it. It's not ideal. But it is what it is, and
you got to look at it like this: the form they've been in recently. Yes, Southampton played brilliantly against Arsenal. That was like one of the best games I've seen so far this year.
I watched that; it was fantastic. It's fantastic.
And from what I saw, Southampton played excellently yesterday as well. But in the mindset of the fans, they would have known they were going to win. In fact, they're going to win it anyway at this rate.
Well, I mean, we've got a Man City-Chelsea final, haven't we? The Bushies come back with, come on, that squad is never going down, man. I think is in relation to Wilder saving Sheffield United, Danny Boy. Also, we've got here.
That would answer manager though. That would changing setup, bringing it exactly. So you've kind of answered your own question. Bringing Wilder back has saved them.
But surely should have pushed on higher than what they are. Definitely, I think.
Yeah. But it were out at game for 3 months.
It was, but we'll come on to that. I think it's still a disastrous season by all accounts. I think he was expected to start climbing the table when he came into the playoffs. Never happened.
Drinking.
Another good point here from Bushy. He signed Calvin Phillips, Patrick Bamford, and Rothwell, some of the best players at level. Now, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Calvin Phillips. He was like instrumental. Gareth Southgate even said, I believe was it the last Euros or the World Cup before, I can't replace Calvin Phillips. And yet they are, what are they? 13th, 12th in the Championship with Calvin Phillips.
No, they're lower, aren't they?
Well, there we go.
I've not got it in front of me. I'm sure they're lower.
So, bloody hell, that's light. Jesus. I'll turn that off. Right. So, next comment here. Bushy, semi-final doesn't matter. Anytime United will sell it out if it went 100 times. Yeah. Obviously, Man United are a dynasty in this country. And yes, I completely agree. Leeds sold it easy. Yep. I knew the price of the tickets. My mate, you know Mark the chef, Danny?
Yes.
Good guys. Him and mentally ill Phil Armstrong were going to go down to watch it. 600 quid was the cheapest ticket they could get. Bushy again. Man City or West Brom without cheating and money, which is a big statement. City or West Brom without cheating and money. Although you could argue, Bushy, West Brom has been deducted 2 points, I believe, for irregularities. So, yeah, I mean, look, is what it is.
The 15th. That's right.
They are 15th. Bushy And
yeah, I can kind of agree on that point. I suppose there should be a bit higher, but the way you're talking, it's like you're saying there should be, top 6. No, not this season.
I played the same team as Chris Waddle and David Hurst. Didn't meet your mum though. Well, there you go. You should be thankful for that one, Danny boy. Yes, they have still stay up though. Very true. And then I've got Louis here again, or Lewis. Has there been any new news for Rotherham? Yep, we're still crap, and we are obviously confirmed League One. We will be playing League 2 next season. We still don't know who the manager is going to be. We don't know what players are going to be about. So, yeah, stick with us. Miller's Monday tomorrow. I'm assuming, Bushy, can you confirm there's a Miller's Monday tomorrow?
I mean, yeah.
Listeners,
you can listen in on one of, well, like you said, Miller's Monday if it's on, but potentially Swiss investors.
Yeah, the Swiss investors. Nobody really knows much about the Swiss investors. I read somewhere before that Toblerone is replacing Pucker Pies in the club sort of eatery bits.
Well, that's worth mentioning if you've not mentioned it. Are they going into liquidation?
Yeah, I mean, the UK supplier of Pucker Pie, which tells you now that they don't get made in the UK, is now gone to absolute cock. So Pucker Pies potentially will be no more. So here's one for you, football fans. Do you prefer the Pucker Pie, or would you prefer like a neutral homemade pie? Not homemade, but locally sourced, as it were. I've got to say, Danny, meat and potato pie is fantastic. Pucker Pie, used to love it. The pastry was absolutely my favourite.
I used to have chicken tikka, me. That was
the tikka. Yeah, the tikka. Now I always had the meat and potato. Get the odd bit of gristle here and there, but now you couldn't spit on the pitch.
I've not had a pie or a Pucker Pie from the ground in ages, but I have had them from the supermarket, and they're still all right. I don't know if there's a difference between the ones in the ground and the ones in the supermarket.
I mean, I've not had one in years. Another one from here, from Lewis or Louis. Cohen Lee and Harrison Duncan offered pro deals, which I think is only. I'm going to show my lights now, Danny. So they've been offered pro deals. Cohen Lee, obviously, the youngster who I've been very impressed with since he's come in. And Harrison Duncan offered pro deals. Key word there, offered. Thoughts, Danny, whilst switch lights on?
Oh, well, fair enough, innit? Take it. Just take it.
I mean, obviously, they've seen something in them, which I certainly said about Cohen Lee. Harrison Duncan, there was a lot of talk about him last season, certainly from Steve Evans, and we'll come on to Steve Evans in a second, actually, regarding getting professional deals. Which is fantastic. I hopefully, if that is true from Louis or Lewis, I do apologise, mate. So, yeah, let's go for that. Steve Evans, though, Danny, you mentioned it in a chat before. He was in the Bristol Rovers end.
Yes. The Bristol Rovers were it 4-0 at home, last home game yesterday. He's done fantastically well with them. I'd love to see what he'll do next season.
Is it eight to 9 wins on the bounce or something daft like that?
Something like that. He's looking great. I mean, it shocked me at first. Well, what did you call it? Steve Jarrow?
Manjaro Steve.
Manjaro Steve. And yeah, when they were winning yesterday, he's gone and joined the home fans behind the goal. Bristol Rovers have scored. They've celebrated, gone over to the flag. They've noticed their manager is in the crowd, ran over to him, and you should see them scenes. The fans, Steve Evans is acting like a fan, like what we would, jumping up and down, getting jumped on. Oh, it's brilliant. It's what the end of season football should be about.
100%. And me and you, Danny, are the same. We absolutely love Steve Evans. Do you remember Do you remember when we met him after the first game? Yeah, Burton Albion, the first game at the New York Stadium at the Tan Yard in Wickersley.
Yes.
And what a guy.
We just went up to celebrate. We weren't even expecting to see him there. For that first win, he's gone out with his coaching staff, some players, and he was sat outside. Nobody was bothering him. And we just went up to him, you with the gift of the gaff, started talking about, obviously, Scotland, where he lives. He spoke back to you. He was talking about the Clyde, because at the time, obviously, you were in the Navy.
It was, yeah.
And I've still got it. He signed us tickets.
Did he? I can't remember that bit, did he?
Yeah. He signed us tickets, so you need to find that one out.
Right. Well, do you know what? I love Steve Evans, and I'm so glad that he has found a club now that, he can take forward. One that all Millers fans, well, certainly a section of Millers fans. Danny, yes or no? If it was possible, and it's not, would you give him the job tomorrow?
Oh, definitely.
100%. 100%.
Because he's the kind of manager I was willing to stick with.
Yeah.
Because I knew we weren't reaching we weren't reaching what we wanted to do, but we weren't going to get relegated.
No, we weren't. That's the whole point.
There were no chance.
Absolutely no chance. Yeah. Also, and
the circumstances to where we were in the season.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, isn't it? Anyway, I've got Ben Woodcock here. Ben, friend of the show, also a member of the show, does the Fantasy Premier League. I think he was on here.
Chicken and Balti pie, yeah, that were it.
Chicken and Balti pie for me. Got Tesriggs, United Kingdom Limited. Forest to finish higher than Newcastle. Bookmark it, boys. Well, unless Newcastle are going to get relegated. Phil? I'm not sure how. Sorry, Tesriggs. I'm not sure how that's possible. Newcastle on a bit of a downer, but they'll be okay, sadly. But just going back to it, Danny, if you were indeed a Sheffield United fan, would you be keeping Chris Wilder or letting him go?
For me, yeah, I'd keep him. Like I said, see what he does next season.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what he's got on his contract.
I think they probably offered him another 3-year deal, didn't they?
Yeah.
Printing money. Being a manager is printing money. Do you want people to say, I feel so sorry for him, he's lost his job? Me and you lost our jobs tomorrow, mate. We ain't getting paid off, right? These lot lose their jobs and they get millions of quid, which is one thing I do want to say. I think I said it on the Fantasy Premier League show the other day. Liam Rosenior did not get paid £25 million for losing his job.
That's a good point, that.
He got paid 1 year of his contract.
Oh, was that in the contract?
Yeah, so I think he only received about 4 million quid. Ooh, what a shame. Feel for the lad. Never mind. Obviously, we've spoken about Sheffield United. We've spoken about Leeds United, bottle jobs. And obviously, Forest in massive danger still. But we'll see how that goes. What I do want to talk about, Danny, I don't know if you took any of it in or witnessed it. we've got a Yorkshire derby next season. Did you manage to watch?
Barnsley?
I don't know. Did you manage to watch is it Rochdale and York City game? Did you hear about it?
Yes, I have seen the highlights, and what a great advert for the National League.
100%.
Them two teams have promoted all season, over 100 points. That coming down to the final game, to the Rochdale scoring in over, what was it, 95th minute?
It was 96th minute, yeah.
Yeah, and then York scoring in the 103rd minute. Fantastic scenes, mate. Absolutely balmy. And I am looking, hopefully, if I can, because I don't know if I went with you. I went to watch Rotherham at the old York ground.
Was it Boothray Park? Was it something like that?
Something like that, yeah. And I did like it. I mean, it was really medieval. It was more medieval than Millmoor. Some of the walls around it, because it is actually shrouded, obviously, in the history of York. And when you went to the toilets, well, I know that they've all got troughs, but this were literally just peeing on floor.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, they're new grounds, and I'd like to go there.
Well, do you remember
stuff to look forward to, mate? Stuff to look forward to.
Well, ish. I mean, obviously, a few things have happened this week. Obviously, Milton Keynes Dons promoted, now top of the league of League Two. Bromley, Paul Ward, fair play to him. He's good at this level, isn't he? However, I will say with a caveat of that, he did have the biggest budget, but at the same time, you can have the budget, but you sometimes need the man to get you up. Also, I want to say well done to Richie Barker, who I'm sure was a major part of the tactics to get them out of League Two.
Yeah, I think Bromley have been promoted as well.
Bromley up is Cambridge. Cambridge are between Cambridge and Salford for the last sort of final position, which goes down to the wire next week.
Chesterfield. I think they hold
the playoffs. They're in seventh. They're in seventh in the playoffs. So Chesterfield fans.
Hey, tell you what, that's our derby. That get Chesterfield. Oh no, don't get them up. Sorry, keep them down. Keep them down. It's me. I'm confused. We're going down. They're going up. No, keep in League Two.
Yeah, well, Chelsea will be whatever. They've got Bent Spire or whatever.
It's been a long day.
North Derbyshire, whatever it is, whatever. So yeah, York, fantastic. York. Can I just say, Danny? Imagine when the Rochdale fans score that goal, they plough onto the pitch, celebrate. One of them was giving the fingers to one of the York players. Hey! And it took them about 10 minutes to clear the pitch for that to happen. And I'm not too sure if that ball went over the line when York hit it. I'm not too sure. And what a massive call from the linesman, because obviously there's no goal line technology outside of the Championship, which is quite incredible in the world of VAR right now, that we don't have goal line technology outside of the Championship.
Well, now that Rochdale are obviously in the playoffs.
Yes.
And I know that's a different conversation in itself. Should the National League have two automatics?
100% they should, Danny. 100%.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I don't like, not just because we've gone down, but I don't like our in League One. You've got four teams, yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah, it should be same across the board in Football League.
3-3-3.
It should be 3-3-3, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, Danny boy. I'm with you on that. And I don't know, it's such a crap. I mean, I see football, the English FA, changing rules to sort different things. 3 should go from the Prem. 3 should go from the Champ. 3 should go from League One. And 3 should go from League Two. Right? And then National League, 2 automatic, 1 via playoff. End of discussion. It's mental.
You want to talk about kind of localish teams. Scunthorpe, they're in playoffs. They're just a stone throw away from Donny. Awful place.
Awful place.
Awful place. Carlisle, local to you.
Indeed.
So,
I'm hoping, and Georgie Kelly scored again for Carlisle.
right. Wow.
Just gone. And they're going to be playing Forest Green Rovers. Robbie Savage's Forest Green Rovers in one of the eliminator games. I've got one here from Wills Willett. In lads, have you heard any more on these investors? Are they serious investors or just the kickers up at the Millers?
Well, I've got a prototype for next season, just in case. It's a sponsor. It's not the final version. There you go.
You drew on a Rotherham shirt,
yeah,
mate.
Well, no. The sponsor came off. It's a 9-year-old shirt. Look, it don't fit me.
Can you imagine? Right? Do you want KB Terrace Talk to sponsor Rotherham United next season? Can you imagine? And yes, we are in the form of sponsoring Rotherham at the minute, because we have sponsored indeed Game of the Century, Chris Swales from KB Terrace Dog. Us chaps here at the channel have obviously put together, and we are going to be sponsoring the game for a great cause.
Yeah.
And before we sign out, once again, because
you could win that next season.
You can win that next season. That could be one of the charity things. The club's failure, certainly on iFollow, iPlay, or whatever it is, to promote said game. I'm going to leave you, before we sign off, once again, to my man, Danny, to promote again the game of the century. Please take it away, Danny.
Yeah, mate. I mean, I'll wrap off some quick news after this, because there's something else I just want to quickly say, and something else that's not football related. But as like what I'm wearing, as is what has been our sponsor for the past couple of seasons, obviously through other businesses all agreeing to have it on the shirt to promote a great cause in Rotherham, the Rotherham Hospice. There's hospices all around. They're great to look into, but obviously this one is ours. It's local to us, and it's a great place. And what I didn't mention before is I have had the privilege to go there many a times. I'll not allude to what for, but to see firsthand the great work that goes on there, the staff, the auxiliary staff, the nurses, the doctors, the volunteers, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, it's not very nice to talk about sometimes what people are in there for, but it's bringing a lot of comfort, not only to the people with that might be there with terminal illnesses, but for the families. And it's mostly charity based, and like most charities, the need help, because we're just a backwards country. We think we're one at best, but we're not. And a lot of the best stuff that we have is actually run through charities. So yeah, if you can, get involved any way you can.
Yeah, and we're down on that. Like I say, scan the QR code. It's £10 a ticket. Go and take your wife, if you hate her, to have a watch of some absolute legends for Rotherham United. And like I say, it goes to a fantastic cause. Moving on from that, we're going to go to quick news with Danny. Go for it, Danny.
Right, yeah. Let's go to SPL. There's 4 games to go. Rangers have lost today. Hearts have won. It's all exciting up there. And Celtic, they've all got to play each other again. It's anyone's game. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And obviously they'll end a bit after everybody else's season in the football leagues. Local teams as such, Bradford in the playoffs, if you're bothered. I didn't think they were much caught when they were at Rotherham. My mate watched them other week at Barnsley, said now they're a rubbish team when they drew 2-2 with Barnsley. Well, that were on telly today. I did catch a little bit of it when I was doing something at work. Wrexham obviously getting smashed by Coventry. Well done, Coventry.
Which sets up a massive game next week. It's between Hull. Speaking of Yorkshire and East Midlands rivals, Hull, are you going to ball it? Or Wrexham? Hollywood FC going to ball it?
Wrexham are at home to Borough, and Borough are already in playoffs. Do they relax? Do they save the players, or do they think, no, we'll get rid of Wrexham because they might be more of a threat in the playoffs? And Hull are at home to Norwich. Norwich not being the best season. It should be good next weekend with that, like you said. Yeah, very good. Yeah. London Marathon today. I've not caught any of it.
Wow. Have you seen it, mate?
Well, I've seen
the headlines.
Kenya, Sebastian Sawe, is it?
Sawe. Wow. Yeah. What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah, the first
sub 2 hours
marathon. 1 hour, 59 and 30 seconds.
Incredible. Yeah. It just shows you the human body, how we can push it to...
Yeah. Sebastian Vettel, that was he's done his first ever marathon today.
What, the F1 driver?
Yeah. He ran the London Marathon. It's his first ever marathon.
All right.
But one thing worth mentioning, a lad I went to school with, Mark, well, I'll mention him anyway. Mark Peer, he's a fireman. He's done it before in the full fire PPE, including helmet, oxygen mask, oxygen tank. Another fireman held the marathon record. I've got it written down here at 3 hours and 41 minutes. Mark has done it today, and he's got the Guinness World Record for it as well, in 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Wow.
In full PPE.
Five PPE. Flash.
Yeah.
Flash gear, yeah.
And if you can find it, he's set up a Just Giving, and it's for a fire fighting charity. Well worth it. Yeah. What a guy. Well done.
Well, if people don't know, I'm sure many won't. I'm a fully trained fire person. So I can tell you that
is that for the village?
No, in the Navy. In the Navy.
In the Navy, sorry.
You have to be a fully trained fireman. Yeah. So I know how heavy that gear would have been. So fair play to him. And on that note, thank you for tuning to Yorkshire and East Midlands Rivals. The fantastic chat. What's come from it? Wilder should be sacked. Sheffield Wednesday are crap. Sheffield United are nick people's songs. Leeds bottle it again. Rotherham, rubbish. However, most importantly, game of the century. QR code is there, whatever. Please, even if you can't come, scan it, buy a ticket. It's 10 quid, whatever. Goes to a fantastic cause. And KB Terrace Talk have indeed sponsored Chris Swales. So it's goodbye from me, Turbo Tom. And Danny, anything left else?
No, I've not looked at the forecast. I hope the weather stays nice for everybody. Enjoy your weeks, and I don't know what the plan is next weekend. Oh, I won't be here, by the way. I'm working, unfortunately, but enjoy your bank holiday weekend, your Sunday service, your Rate 'em and slate 'em, your Sunday roast. And Tom, what have you had for your Sunday dinner?
Nothing yet, mate, but Laura's making a chicken kebab.
I've had Kobe, my eldest, he made a chicken lasagna.
That's a new one. But yeah,
it were like chicken and leek pie. That's the only way I can describe it. It were delicious, by the way.
with cheese and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. On that note,
Great content.
Up the Millers.
Up the Millers.
Hang on.